two new lenses from Nikon. Both zooms, the NiKKOR Z 180 to 600mm f/5.6 to 6.3 VR and 70 to 180 2.8. How many Z-mount lenses does that make now? I'm counting, I think it's 42, 20 primes and 18 zooms, including a couple of macros and 1.4 and 2 times teleconverters. And not to forget, FTC adapters that let you use a ton of f-mount lenses with the Z series cameras. Is it finally time to end the criticism that there aren't enough Z-mount lenses? Certainly, I have more than enough to satisfy my needs. With only a couple of f-mounts left in the cupboard, I think it is, I'll concede that there's room for more DX lenses, but let's not forget there are also options available from third parties like TT Artisan and Viltrox. Is there anything that you're missing? Please let me know in the comments below. But on to these releases. Hi, Ray here. I'm not feeling my best today. A cold, not COVID, according to a rapid test. And today we also have contractors climbing around on the roof, so I apologize for any noise. But I wanted to add my thoughts quickly to these latest announcements. I know a lot of people have been waiting for what was anticipated to be the 200 to 600 millimeter lens. For a lot of wildlife photographers, this lens has been really highly anticipated, and Nikon gave an extra 20 millimeters on the wide end. Bonus! I suspect many were wishing for a constant aperture lens, even 2.8. And that didn't happen. And I really don't think that it could happen at this price point. 5.6 to 6.3 is, I think, a decent compromise at a retail price of $1,696.95 US. Here in Canada, that's $2,299 in Canadian dollars. As you may know, I made my decision for my Super Tele last autumn. I'd agonized over buying the 100 to 400, 4.5 to 5.6 VRS. The 400 2.8 with the built-in TC was out of reach for me. I mean in Canadian dollars, not millimeters. And I didn't want to tie myself to 800 millimeters with the 800 millimeter f6.3 VRS, as fabulous as that lens turned out to be. The 400 millimeter 4.5 VRS was just right. And with the 1.4 and 2 times TCs in my bag, I'm very happy with that decision. When I looked at the 100 to 400, the fact that it became an f11 lens at the long end in combination with the 2 times TC compared to f9 for the 400 4.5 with the same TC, that affected my decision for sure. In spite of the apples and oranges comparison between prime and zoom. Fairly lightweight at 1995 grams. I'm really pleased to see this is an internal IF zoom, so it stays the same length throughout the zoom range. 5.5 stops of vibration reduction, excellent. Customizable buttons and ring on the barrel. Now, this is not an S-line lens, the Z series top of the line, but we've seen in the other offerings at this level that they're still very good optically. If not quite as robustly built or weather sealed, they're still top quality lenses. And the 180 to 200 still offers many of the features that we've come to expect in the superb Z lenses. Super smooth, quiet stepping motors, extra low dispersion glass, fluorine coatings to repel dust, water droplets, grease or dirt, though I still recommend a protective filter, and so on. What we don't get here are the advanced coatings like nano crystal coat and specialized dispersion glass that controls aberration to a very high degree. Those, I think, are reserved for the S-line lenses. It would be interesting to see side-by-side comparisons that test how much difference that really makes. I think Rishi Talks on YouTube is on that. Also, my pal Matt Irwin has had hands-on experience with these lenses. lenses. Yes, the concurrent release, the 70 to 180 2.8, maybe I should have talked about that first, because it's definitely the companion lens to the 180 to 600. But I guess they took back that 20 millimeters on the long end of this lens. And not forgetting the other two lenses in the more affordable Holy Trinity, the 17 to 28 2.8 and 28 to 75 2.8, which incidentally all share the same 67 millimeter filter size. Really, if you put these four lenses together, you're covered for most subjects at a real premium compared to the S-line equivalents. It does extend when zoomed, which is generally not something I love in a zoom lens, but I do own the 14 to 30 f4 zoom, and I live with it because that's just such a great lens at a premium compared to the 14 to 24 f2.8s. So, not a huge deal really. And the same goes for this lens at $1,246.95 US, that's $16.99 Canadian. I think that's a great price for a constant aperture 2.8. I should say again, this is not a lens I'll likely buy, at least in the short term, because my 70 to 200 2.8 VRS has me covered. But at nearly twice the price and weight. This 70 to 180 weighs in at just 795 grams compared to the 1,360 grams for the 70 to 200 VRS. And yeah, we're talking 2.8 constant aperture. What we don't get is built-in vibration reduction, but if you have any of the Z cameras with in-body stabilization, that's got you covered. Close focus at 271 millimeters at 70 millimeters, I think it is, and this makes it almost a macro lens. 850 millimeters at the 180 millimeter zoom position. Can't complain about that. Competes with the much more expensive S-line equivalent here. From the specs, we don't get much in the way of advanced coatings here. Looks like there's one programmable button, so a very, very nice lens. Here we are, it's June already. Happy solstice to you all. Yeah, it's a solstice today. And I think it's fair to say that Nikon has done very well so far in 2023. In particular, we've had the phenomenal 85mm f1.2 VRS lens. Of course, the long-awaited Z8 camera. I'll be bringing you more on my experience with these two amazing additions to the Z series. So please do check back in for that content. If you're interested in any of these lenses that I've mentioned here, I'll drop affiliate links in the description. Buying via those gets me a small commission at no extra cost to you. So it helps maintain this channel a wee bit. If you found this video useful, please do give it the old thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do consider that. We'd love to see you again. Hit that notification bell to keep up on new content. In the meantime, I'm gonna go steam my head. Take care, cheers, and we'll see you later.